Hey everybody, I'm Mike,
And I'm Vic.
and you're watching Matt
Matt
in
in
Florida.
Florida. I
Anything
got
good
my.
happening lately?
I'm actually wearing my spring training Met shirt.
Are
Uh,
you?
yeah, kind of fits. There you go. Come
Had to
on.
represent in my night job tonight. Had to represent.
Yeah. Oh my God. Woo. Where to begin? Oh, I know. I know where to begin.
Where are we going to begin? Where are we beginning? I know that song.
Gotta love it.
Woo! I'm so proud. Like your kids, I'm so
It's just so
proud.
good. That is
Oh
so
man,
good. Oh my
Big
God.
Daddy prep. Yeah, man. No, it's just unbelievable. I
It
mean,
it it went beyond what I thought. They
we
really
almost did. We
raised their
almost did the
play.
fiver.
Yes,
We almost did the fiver.
we almost did the complete 5-game sweep. It's oh my God. I mean, I remember that 8-0 game. I was like, well, this game is gonna
You
blow.
never feel that way with this team.
And then all of a sudden it's like they come back and wow.
I mean, what a performance.
Yep.
And like I said over the phone with you earlier, even though we lost that game, the way we were grinding at bats and the way they didn't give up anything. Like I said, this is going to set the tone for the doubleheader tomorrow and the rest of the series. Like they were just, it was unbelievable.
Now, I mean, you got to love what Buck did with getting today's game started at 4. I didn't even know that the manager had that kind of pull to change the time of a game. I was unaware.
Yeah, I think him and Billy kind of talked about it, and I think Billy, he gave Billy credit because that's how Buck is. He's not going to be all me,
right?
But I know they both kind of said, and I'm sure the Braves appreciated it too. Like, hey, you know, we just played a day-night doubleheader.
Right. It's like everybody on both sides are tired.
Plus, my brother made a good point. He said, "Good, let the Braves, muster over that sweep a little longer."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know the thing is, it's funny this year. In the past, kind of not looked forward to going up against really good pitchers. You're like, oh no, we're not going to get any runs. And now I'm kind of like looking forward to it because really all it does is just prep us for playoffs.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're going to have. We're facing the best of the best. And this is putting it in your psyche. Guess what? We've beaten the best of the best because their pitcher was pitching really well. And we just grinded.
They have a good pitching staff.
They do. And we nothing was given it to us.
No.
You know?
No. And it's funny because we've seen bad Mets teams in the past that would rise to the occasion against the good pitchers and then make the mediocre ones look like Cy Young.
Exactly.
But then we get the good teams that do well against mediocre pitching, but then they crap the bed against the good pitchers. This team does it all.
Oh, yeah.
This team is ready. I don't care. They don't care who the name is.
Right.
We're going to be Alcantara, bring him on.
Yep.
Fried, bring him on. Like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. And I feel like in a parallel universe, if we were to face the Astros again, or even the Padres again with these new guys, I think we would be a much different story.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like better equipped. I mean, they're great and everything, but I feel better equipped than when we went.
We were missing pieces. I mean,
yeah.
And they got it. And look, they got us at the right time because we were feeling low.
Right.
A lot of it's energy. Like, okay, we're in a low. We're in an ebb right now. They got us during an ebb. Now it's like, bring it. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
It's like, and we might in October.
Yeah.
This team, I mean, and they're a special group. I mean, you could tell they're like a family. They feed off each other. They're having fun. I mean, all the intangibles are there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
as for sure. I mean, this is really. I've taken a step back and really enjoying this team.
How could you
Um,
not? I
it's
mean,
it's amazing.
any doubt you had this series? Now, look, typical baseball. You know how baseball is. We got the Reds now, one of the worst teams. It feels like a trap series. That's
Yeah.
why you say respect every team.
Respect every
Treat
team.
that Reds team like the big red machine.
Yeah.
And
I
two
also
out of
like
three.
the fact of how they're treating this. They're not in the post-game interviews, they're not treating it, it's like, yeah, we have it wrapped up. Not at all. They're like, we're a good team and
Next.
they're a good team. And we just showed that we're a very good team. And they have a very respectful attitude. That's
Even
what
Max was humble yesterday. He said, these
yes,
guys grind the crap out of me. If I'm not careful,
yeah,
I'm not going to get these results. So they're
exactly.
very level-headed about it.
Right.
You know?
Which I like that, which still kind of confuses me how we have people who hate this team just because they're the Mets. I was like, how
Nothing's
can you hate
perfect.
this team? I was like, I see other teams going way overboard in their celebrations during the games where I'm like, really? I mean, you see our guys, yes, they're happy, but
They're professional about it.
yeah, I see other teams as like, okay, you're celebrating a little bit too much when it's the third inning.
Right. Oh,
You
yeah,
know what
during
I
the
mean?
game is bad. No, I agree with
Yeah,
you.
I was like, come on. I was like, really? But that's fun. I was like, okay, Oh, and you know what? I don't know his name, but I did hear this. I'm gonna use an old line from wrestling.
Okay.
Degeneration X. If you remember them, I got 2 words for that announcer from the Braves who said that looking at Vogie was like watching Chris Farley if he was a baseball player. I got 2 words for you. Suck it. That's what we did to you guys.
Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly.
That's it. We took you.
We're
out.
embracing him. Yeah, man.
Yes. Yeah.
That's baloney.
Oh, when I heard that, I was livid. I was like, give me a break. Come
and
on.
you can't talk about our guy. Only we could talk about our guy.
Exactly. I'm like, come on, really?
I will give props to, I mean, we've been watching a lot of the YouTube. Shout out to all of them. They've been wonderful. I will give props, the Locked On series.
Right.
Every team has their own Locked On. The Braves Locked On yesterday was very professional.
Oh, that's good.
They said the Mets are just clearly the better team in all facets of the game. Like they were but they were really respectful about it and very professional. And I was impressed. I'm like, this I enjoy.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what I want to see.
I hear from like teams
Yeah.
where it's just they're not just oh, you guys suck and we got lucky or whatever, that kind of
not
message
emotional.
is.
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
emotional.
It's like, hey, your team, you love your team just like we love our team. But hey, we will give props to other teams when we play.
Oh yeah, if the results were reversed,
yeah,
that's what we would be doing today.
They're really good. I mean, every
they are the world champs. I mean,
yeah. every one that I've seen, all the good teams, they say, hey, we've given respect. I was like, yeah, they're a really good team. Which, what does it say about us when we beat you?
And I will say that, I don't know if you know this. Remember how it took us a long time to finally lose 3 in a row?
Right.
It was one of the teams that didn't do that, the Braves.
And that was Braves.
And we did it to them.
I was really surprised by that because I couldn't figure
too.
out. I was like, how did that happen exactly when we built up a 10-game lead at one point? How did they not lose 3 in a row for us to get?
I think they just would lose when we would win.
Yeah,
I think that's just what happened. I mean, it's yeah, the numbers don't add up, but if you look, because we never really had a long winning streak up until, I mean, even now our longest winning streak is what, 7?
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing spectacular.
Right.
I mean, 7's good, but
yeah,
you're not going double digits. I mean, this is a team that, and then when Austin Riley, great player, when we got the lead, when they closed the lead to a half game, and he said, "We're coming for you."
Yep.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is when I hear stuff like that, I was like, "Oh, we're coming for you." I was like, maybe the Mets. You wonder. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I was like, I wonder if anybody heard that and remember said, you know what? Maybe we're coming after you, even though we're ahead.
The Phillies have woken up now. They got to worry about the Phillies now.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
but we
that
got
just brings more fire to that series when we play them
this
next week.
month of games is going to be. This is a really crazy month.
Yeah.
We can get through this month.
Yep.
I'm not going to say nothing's ever given, but
Yep.
this will be amazing. We can get through
Yeah.
this month.
This will be a really good month to really put some separation between us and everybody else.
I think we're finally being recognized now. You know, I try never to use. I say never. You can't really do this until the season's over. I never like to crown somebody the best team in baseball, and I won't do that yet. I think it's too early to tell. One thing I'll say about us, one thing I learned about us, we're the most unique team in baseball. No one plays like we play.
Very true.
The closest one is probably the Astros.
Right.
You know, but no one plays the way we play. Look at the way we played yesterday.
Right.
All these wins have been without home runs, small ball, like outside the box thinking.
So, this
pitching.
What's interesting about this is how they have put this team together.
This is bad for you, by the way.
Very different than we probably would have envisioned putting a team together. They, you can tell they really had used analytics to put this team together.
Right.
And put what we always talked about, putting your players in the best possible position to succeed. I've talked about this for years. Good matchups, better matchups, and they're doing it now. They're actually having really good matchups, and everybody, not only does it bode well now, but it bodes well in the years to come, because we're creating a brand of baseball that is unique, and what happens when you create,
you're like a pioneer of something. Yes.
Right. You start creating, copycats. It always happens.
It's almost like, and my brother and I were talking about this earlier, like I feel like this Mets team is becoming the pioneers of going back to the old school, but with a different, like taking it to the 2.0 version.
Yeah, it's like a combination of old school, new school.
It's like music, like the Beatles. They took the old rock and roll of the 50s and they added a little bit more to it because they were more artsy about it. And then they made it their own. That's kind of like what this team is doing. And other teams are going to be like, maybe we should follow that model.
Exactly.
We're using analytics, but we're not bowing at the altar of analytics. There's more to it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. And it seems like everybody that they have brought in has just blended in well with that same technique, grinding out at bats, being pests, surprising teams with power.
That's the one thing about our home runs. They shock people. Like, whoa, I mean, Pete, of course. But then they're like Naquin, like, whoa, where did that come from? The Grand Slam, where did that come from, Vogelback? Like, you don't expect it.
You know what? I think you always need a little bit of luck. And
I think you make your own luck, though.
You make your own luck. But the at-bat that I really liked that shows his growth as a hitter was the second at-bat Pete had.
Today?
Okay, today. The first at-bat, he struck out on a wicked slider.
Yeah, that guy's a good pitcher. That kid,
guy's a really good pitcher.
He's a good pitcher.
A wicked slider. I mean, nobody's going to hit that one. That moved so much, right? In its second at-bat, he was fouling off tough pitches in the past. I don't even think he makes contact. They were up and in on him. He was fouling low and away, like expecting that slider, protecting inside. He was kind of, I think Keith even mentioned that at one point because he was kind of diving over the plate and he got one up and in on him. But then he was able to foul off and getting that ball down the third base line that hit the bag.
Yeah.
There was something about that.
That was amazing.
I just kind of put it in another situation. It's like, that's the kind of at bat in a playoff game that you got to have.
A lot of these moments felt like playoff moments. And I'll say what I said to you before. Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday, you might say was the most fundamentally sound game we played all year. I mean, we did everything crispy. And even the Guillorme play. Well,
something about
all that stuff.
Something about the Guillorme play, okay? That was great heads up that he that he threw
Yeah.
home. Now, at first they were saying that, oh, he didn't hustle. I looked up the play again. I don't know if he didn't hustle coming down third base.
Oh, darn no.
Travis Dunn. I don't even think I think that was all he could run, really, as fast as
That's
he can
all
run.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always say, I had to make sure he was going before I threw it. Otherwise it
Yeah.
would never work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was you know,
It was like an
I thought
instinct.
I thought it was a little like, oh, he didn't hustle. I was like,
No, he did.
He did. He just can't run that fast. If he was
No.
a faster runner.
And part of that play
They
on
would've
Guillorme's part was knowing your runner. Like if it
knowing
was
the runner.
Acuna
Yeah.
or someone like that.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you two more stories. I was DJing a pool party yesterday, and there's a guy who at this apartment complex, and one of the maintenance guys, he's from Manhattan. He likes both teams, but I was DJing on the computer. I had the app, and then I had the game, like split screen.
Right.
Multitasking, right? And he was standing next to me the whole party watching the game with me. And I was explaining to him what the numbers meant. Like, I never thought of it this way. You're getting me back into it now. Like, and I was explaining about Peterson's pitch count versus Odorizzi's pitch count and how we're making him tired and blah, blah, blah. And he kept asking me, what's the score? What's the score? So he was so into it. And he said, what did he say? He said something. There's a reason I brought this up. But he was saying how, I remember now what it was. He said, you got a good team, right? Here's what happened. Remember what a big day Lindor had in game one. This is where you always think you don't realize how good you have it.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, speaking of underappreciated Mets, the most underappreciated Met on this team is Trevor Williams. That man has saved this bullpen.
Yes, he has.
What he did the other night, I mean, he does it all. And he was the throw-in in the Baez trade.
Yes.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
So that if you want to think, I mean, yes, you don't want to lose Pete Crow Armstrong, but if it wasn't for Trevor Williams, like, whoa, it's like,
yes.
So getting back to this. So here's what happened. There's another maintenance guy that works that had a Yankee cap on. I assumed he was a Yankee fan. And then he said, you're watching the game, huh? What do you watch? I said, the Mets. Oh, you're a Met fan? Yeah. He goes, I sure Yankee. He goes, no, I'm not a Yankee fan. My brother gave me this hat. I'm a Cleveland fan. How's Lindor doing? I said, he's doing great. He's 3 for 4. He's driven in all these runs. He almost had a home run. He goes, man, we should have paid him. Like, I'm still haunted to this day that we didn't keep him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but
almost like
that trade helped both teams because
it helped both teams, but he still wanted Lindor.
Yeah, both of them are doing well for them.
Yeah, I think, it worked out. But it shows you how valuable he was.
Yeah.
And how we should be grateful.
Yeah.
Appreciate him more.
I think he's getting the appreciation now. I think
he's growing up before our eyes. You saw even the post-game interview with Steve Gelbs. He was so serious. Yeah. He had the shades on.
I seen that.
I mean, you could tell he has fun, but I almost feel like he's telling the fans, I'm maturing. I'm a leader on this team. I got you. And we're focused. Like no more of those shenanigans anymore.
No, I heard it. I think I heard it on the broadcast, which really was, I was like, oh, I didn't hear this. Did you hear that when they were talking about Nemo?
Today?
Yes.
The first at bat?
No, they were just talking about him in general, his free agency and everything.
Oh, yeah. No.
And there was, the Mets are interested in signing him, but not only that, as making him captain. Did you hear that? I
never heard that.
I was like, where did that come from? I was like, I've been, reading different. I haven't seen that anywhere, but it was mentioned.
You figured Pete was going to be the captain?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's like Nemo, really? I was like, but I have to say that. I mean, Nemo has always been, like happy-go-lucky guy. Now
he's getting out of that. He's got that oh shucks.
Yeah,
he's not doing that anymore.
Very fiery.
His interviews have been really candid too. Like
I love his interviews.
Yeah.
It's very. I was like, man, how can you not like this team? I was like,
all these interviews are great. Marte with the interpreter. What I love about Marte is he knows English.
Yes.
He's saying, no, you take the.
Yeah.
But I love with Marte, like remember the one time they said, do you worry when you're down 3-0? He's going, he's like,
yeah.
I was like, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
But
like a very,
what's funny now too is like,
yeah.
not funny, but great is the protection that Pete has now.
Oh, God.
It's raising him
Yep.
to another level now because he actually has some protection,
And I'm going to say this is where you have to almost give some props to Billy, because I know we didn't do more. We could have done more with the bullpen. And I know there are reasons why we didn't. That's fine. But you realize, like, let's say we got the big name. Let's say we got the JD Martinez or the whatever, Contreras.
Right.
One injury, like JD Martinez is back. One
Right.
injury, no.
Right.
Instead, he did the Frankenstein approach, built this three-headed monster, and all three, you could say
Right.
Naquin's over, kind of above it, but all
Right.
three are as advertised. Like, they did their homework.
Now, thinking out of the box,
They
how
did
they've
their
been
homework.
talking about never say never when it comes to Alvarez, and how they
He
can
said that.
expand. Yeah, and how they can expand their roster by 2 people when it comes to the playoffs, right?
Right,
Or September 1st, I should say, and then going into the playoffs.
right.
Thinking out of the box, you can add a pitcher and you can add a hitter. Alvarez gives you, how you have Naquin and Bogey
Mhm.
there to protect each other,
Yep.
both lefties. Who better than to have Alvarez as protection for Ruff?
That one, yeah.
That extra right-handed
Yeah.
hitter.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Just in case.
Why not?
Just in case.
There's nothing wrong with that. Because
Yeah.
you want to avoid, you want to have a plan for the injury bug, God forbid, or whatever, as much as possible.
Yeah.
And you want to, and can we just say, speaking of catchers, I mean, look, a part of me feels bad for McCann. I feel like he tries really hard. It's not there right now. But can we give props to what a wonderful backup catcher Tomas Nido is?
Absolutely.
2
Absolutely.
hits today, the bunt yesterday. Max loves throwing to him. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like he's another leader on the team, just in another way. Like,
Right. Right.
he knows who he is. He just,
Yeah.
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 I mean,
It's
all
like
these
every player on this team now is doing their job.
their perfect role.
Yeah,
they know their
They
role.
got their role. They know their role. They're doing it to the best of their ability. Succeed or failure, they're succeeding more than they're failing. And
Yeah.
wow, I mean, it's like it's it's funny watching this team has also helped me. My girlfriend now has been learning a lot this season
Great.
about baseball, just watching it with me as I tell her what's going on and all the
What a fun team to introduce her to baseball with.
Exactly, and all the inside, the game within the game.
The chess
And
match.
she has gotten to see it and appreciate it. She was going as crazy as I was today watching DeGrom pitch. We watched him back here and when he was rehabbing, so she saw him firsthand. And my boys also have been watching them and watching the games and as we discussed the strategy and what was going, and they have gotten more of an appreciation because of this team. It's unbelievable.
Some team. Yeah, man.
It is great to watch, and
they capture your imagination too.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade the team for any team out there. All the great teams out there, I wouldn't trade.
No, not even no. This is something special going on.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like even with Givens, I know he laid an egg his first game. I'm giving him the benefit because travel, nerves. I will give him this much. He had a 9-run lead. He wasn't walking people. He was trying to throw strikes.
Right.
He just had bad location. But he'll be fine. I'm not worried. I know we didn't get the lefty we wanted, but today when I saw Joely, I'm like, he just totally stepped it up a notch. Like,
yeah, and the way they were using him, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Well, the way they were using his pitch is better, where he wasn't just throwing meatballs down the middle. He was mixing that changeup, but keeping that fastball just enough to get them off balance.
Yeah.
Getting that sneaky strike, and even like he was throwing changeup after changeup, it's still they couldn't hit it.
He looked like he did during the no-hitter. Remember, he was part of that no-hitter.
That's right. I was thinking of that today when
he has it in him.
Yeah, when Jake was throwing the no hitter, I'm thinking, is this going to be another no hitter? You know, is this going to be another
But
one? It was
whether
like,
it's solo or combined,
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
and the thing is, when one more thing I want to say with Givens, and I'll drop him. Um, Another reason I'm not worried too much about him is because he did play for Buck in Baltimore, and I know him and Buck have that connection. So I
right,
think Buck will calm him down. Like, it's okay,
right,
man. You
right,
just do your job. You're good.
yeah,
Um, but no, it is true though. Now with DeGrom today, yeah, there was a time you're like, where is this going? Then I'm thinking to myself, he's striking out a lot of people.
yeah.
What if he gets to that point? It's almost like that home run in a way was a blessing in disguise, because otherwise Buck would have had to made a
No,
decision.
they were going to take him. I had
Oh,
no
they were. I
problem with
didn't
him.
see that. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
he
good.
did. He said that was his last inning, no matter
No
what.
matter what. Okay,
He
good.
wanted him to finish the sixth inning.
Yeah,
But
I was
I
working
think
when that happened,
they
but
were up to like 75 pitches where they're going to finish, and the home run was the 74th pitch.
perfect. So he had 59, 74.
Mhm.
Now they'll probably work him up to 90,
I would think so.
another
Yeah,
15 pitches.
yeah. Here's the other interesting thing is like how pitchers that it's an art when you can see a pitcher when it's going to go bad, you know. And what did he not do prior to the home run? What did he not do? He didn't go 3-1 on any hitter.
No, he didn't walk right.
Then all of a sudden he went 3-1, and his fastball started to miss his spots. And then I think there was a discrepancy about throwing the changeup. He kept shaking off the changeup, and he went with the fastball, and
Lo and behold, yeah.
yeah, and then hit the home run. So, but it was like you saw it right there. It's like, yeah, when he came out, it's like, yeah, this is the time. Yeah, I was like, please. I guess I still have the post-traumatic
PTSD?
stress.
You
Yes,
think?
from the Will Ponds
Sorry.
when they took him out, I was like, oh no, I was like, uh-oh. But thank God thank God everything worked out.
And then and I know the adrenaline for the first inning, he was at one. Don't forget his first home start. His first start at home in a year.
Yeah.
He had the one, but then I noticed his pitch count, his pitch velocity was more level,
Mhm.
and he was able to and he was doing it free and easy. The main thing is
Right.
he doing it free and easy? That's
Right.
the main thing.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, man, just ridiculous. Just the whole thing. It's great. So
it's great to say. So we have that. And to everybody out there, if you like what we're talking about, and
yeah,
we like
need
and
you to like and
subscribe so we can
subscribe, get
keep
the
making
word out.
these videos and get the word out to fellow Met fans.
Mhm.
Shout out to fellow YouTubers out there.
Yes.
And we're excited about doing these videos for everybody, and like and subscribe. We got
Yep.
more stuff coming up that we're going to be doing, and a couple little surprises that we have,
Yes.
and that'll be coming up soon. Let get a little note now to the I looked at the minors. Beatty went deep again. Mauricio went deep.
Right.
Mauricio's up to 21 homers, and Beatty, he is killing it down there. 19 homers. He's batting 312 as of today.
Yes.
He is really coming to his own.
He really is.
Vientos has not played. I haven't seen any notice of an injury or not. He hasn't played in the last few days. But
he's another one you might be seeing soon.
Could be. I think it really depends. I think you're going to see one of those two.
Well, let me ask you, you've been really following the minors. If you were to create a readiness scale, who do you think's number one right now? I'm hearing Vientos, but I don't know what you think.
I would have said Vientos. He has great numbers against lefties, so that does fit. I'm it's really apples and oranges between him and Alvarez. I think a few weeks ago I would have said yes, Vientos.
Yeah.
But now Alvarez is he's figuring it out again. He's not trying to do it all himself. Case in point today, it was Syracuse won big today. Scored a lot of runs. So when I was viewing the game, when I I'm seeing 12 runs on the board. I'm thinking, oh, Alvarez must have done something great. No, he had one hit, couple of walks. That was like, oh, you think that would be a game that is like, hey, everybody around him is killing the ball. Let me expand. He didn't do that, which is good. It's a good sign. I actually, I love the home runs he does, but I really like it when they're pitching around him and he's taking his walks. That's what I like to see, because that bodes well if he gets brought up this year. And I think it's looking more and more like, I think they're just waiting for his next hot streak. He's doing well, but Alvarez is one of those guys he is literally one of those hitters that can carry a team when he is going well.
Oh, sure.
And you put him into this lineup,
you don't have to carry anybody. He just does his part.
This is like the perfect time to put him in because the pressure is not on him.
That's what I mean. You don't want him to feel that, right?
Right. His eyes will be on him, but the pressure is not on him. It's just, hey, get in there, show us what you can do.
Be yourself.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's like very, very similar to what we've seen other teams do, bring up rookies, and they've had big impacts in the playoffs. So you never know. You never know.
No, I know we're going to see I know we're going to see somebody in the next month. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I can't see anybody on the pitching side. I haven't seen anybody that really sticks out to bring up. The only one that they did mention today, so little tweet, they did mention Luke Casey.
I told you.
Yeah,
they're waiting in the wings for him too.
They're saying that he could be that extra pitcher,
that extra lefty reliever.
Yeah. And also I like to we have to mention how Peterson has.
You just read my mind.
Yeah, how he jumped on board about being that late inning reliever.
You talk about growing up before our eyes.
Yes, and Miguel also looking forward to come in for the bench. So if he
can want to do
stay healthy, everybody wants to be part of it.
He has said, "I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll do a 6-out save when you need me to."
Yep.
I mean, I'll do whatever.
Yep. Yep, for sure. This is like we said before.
Got to do this one too.
Oh, okay.
There's the other one, man.
Yeah.
I love what he said. He said, because when he came in the 8th inning that game.
Yes.
He said, he got me in the 8th inning. That's when I heard the song. And then when it came out in the 9th, they didn't use it, but I was singing it in my head when I got out in the 9th again, because I wanted to feel that adrenaline.
Right.
It's like every time I see a video, it's like an adrenaline rush, but I feel like the videos are too short. Like,
on the contrary to the adrenaline rush, there is something that I have not seen before. First time ever watching the Met game.
What's that?
First time. There was a moment there where DeGrom was pitching and it got quiet.
Yes.
They even mentioned
Someone brought that up.
It was like, I don't remember. I think it was Gary said something like, you can hear a pin drop. Everybody was on their feet and quiet. It was like you were watching like a golf course. I don't know why, but it was like, I have never seen that before.
Well, someone mentioned when you're that good, you don't follow every game, you follow every pitch. Like every fan was just glued onto.
Yeah.
Like it was just ridiculous.
And he did mention that DeGrom, he said when he came out to the standing ovation that he actually looked around to take it all in. A little Billy Chapel from the movies.
And then may that calm down those doom and gloomers who feel, oh my God, he wants to leave. No, he doesn't want to leave. He wants to get paid.
We're not going to let you. I said, we're not going to let you leave.
All he wants to do is get what he's worth.
And that's it.
Since when does opt out mean leave? It does not mean leave.
Yeah. It's he just wants some more money. Yeah. I mean, like, I was like, come on. He is so revered here that no, it's like.
No, he's off the chart. You think he's going to leave Max to do it by himself?
Yeah. Uncle Steve is not going to let that happen.
No, he doesn't want to go.
Well, he'll make him an offer he can't refuse,
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. I think he does want to be a Met his whole career. I do believe him when he says that.
I think so too.
Yeah. He just wants to be on the winning team. And who could blame him?
And it was nice to see them score for him. I was like, oh, thank God.
I
He
know.
got some runs early for him.
Oh
That
my
was so
God, you get a little
nice.
breathing room. All you need is 4, not even.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
You know, what a series. I mean, you want to take this series and almost wrap it in a gift box and just
Yeah.
be like, this is how
you
good we
keep that. It's
can
like,
be.
hey, keep watching these at bats for every series. Just look what you just did against this quality of
You beat the
pitching.
world champions.
Yeah. Well, look what you did. Take it to the next series.
I'm telling
know?
you, man.
That's it.
It was beautiful to see. And like I said, I almost feel like we just got to just play. As long as because we're so unique, I think we could beat you in so many ways that, you know, you could only do so much to prep against us, and we're gonna play our game. So
Right. Yeah.
exciting. But I'm looking
But
at the time. We could talk about this all night, man. I mean,
Yeah. We'll
we're in-
save some.
we're
We'll save some
utopia
for the
right
next
now.
video.
Yes, Metopia.
Absolutely.
So on that note, remember, like and subscribe, everybody. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's
go
Mets.
Mets.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks, Vic.
Thanks, Mike.
Take care. Have a good night. Later,
Everybody,
guys.
take care.
Bye.